I'm Hezekiah, and I'm interviewing David Squires, who is a Walmart district manager.
Yes.
I'm just going to ask you a few questions about the job.
Okay.
So,
right ahead.
how long have you worked here?
I've been with Walmart almost 11 years.
11 years.
11 years, yeah.
Those some fun years.
It was. It's been enjoyable.
Right.
It's always been a learning experience. The great thing with Walmart is you're always given an opportunity to learn. Changes. We have a phrase in Walmart, and it just says, "Walmart, embrace the change," because we're ever changing, and we need to be able to keep ahead of our competition. Being the largest company in the world, and certainly the largest retailer, means we have to stay ahead of that curve so that we're satisfying the needs and the wants of our customers. So we always have to change to be slightly ahead.
There you go. All right. How long have you been working as your current job title?
The current one, which is Professional Services District Manager, I have been in this position for approximately 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And what education did you need in order to get this job and have the requirements changed?
For this particular job, it's beneficial to have business education, so a bachelor's of business administration. It's also, we have individuals who have come up, have started with us as opticians or pharmacists, elevated themselves to been promoted to pharmacy managers or vision center managers, and have learned the business that way, and then have been promoted to district managers if you have the aptitude to be able to do the job. So, but if you don't have that experience to begin with, then certainly business administration. In my case, was business administration along with optical training. I'm an optician by profession. So I came up through the ranks that way.
All right. How many hours are you scheduled to work each week?
We're scheduled to do for 40 hours a week.
40 hours a week?
Yeah.
Do you work, how many hours of overtime?
Well, we don't actually have overtime. District managers, as everybody from store management and up, are what we refer to as salaried employees. Mm-hmm. So we're only required to work 40 hours, but you have a job to do. If you can do that job in the 40 hours, that's great. If it takes you longer to do the job, then it takes you longer. I don't look at it as working overtime, because I have the advantages of some days being able to not have to start my day till later in the day and maybe work through till the evening. Okay. Some days I may work from early morning to late night, but I have flexibility within that. So there's not like a set 9 to 5 and then beyond. It's just a general job requirement, and basically if you get the job done in the 40 hours, that's fantastic, but sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less.
Sometimes you're like free and then it's just like, oh,
yes.
I gotta do my work.
Well, yeah, that's exactly. So there's, as long as you're getting your job done, that's the biggest thing. Walmart is fairly flexible, but yeah, they need you to do the job. They want to make sure that, because I'm held responsible for the sales and the profits of the areas that I oversee, which are pharmacies and vision centers in Walmart. So I have to make sure that they are doing the job that they're supposed to be doing, and they're profitable. And if I can do that and have it all accomplished within a 40-hour week, that's great. But sometimes it may take longer, sometimes it takes less. So, but there isn't, as I said, it's not a 9 to 5.
What are your major responsibilities?
The major responsibilities is, just as I said, sales and profits.
Yeah.
But within that, there is a people component to ensure that the people that I work with in the vision centers and in the pharmacies are happy in doing what they're doing. We use a term called engagement, and engagement basically means that they feel that they're valued in what they're in the job that they're doing. They're happy in what they're doing, or they feel that there's adequate understanding of what's expected of them, and that they're rewarded from a standpoint of positive reinforcement and financial for the job that they're asked to do. But that's a major component of what I do, is what I call the people issues on a day-to-day basis. Everything from giving advice on policies to if an individual's having an off day, how do we overcome that? So that's it's just try to keep everybody. It's kind of a cliche to say make sure everybody's happy, but it's to keep them so that they understand that we're not just, it's not just crack the whip, do the job. We want people to feel that they're what they're doing is valued.
All right. Are there any rewards? Like, what do
There's of course there's always there's the financial aspect of it,
yeah.
But for me, a reward is having the people who you work with and the people that I have been district manager to in the past still keep in contact with me, or send cards saying, how you doing, how's things, we miss you. To me, that's a personal reward that they enjoyed working with me. So from that standpoint, I find that's probably the biggest reward. The money's great, but that personal reward is, well, that makes me feel very, very good. So that, as far as reward goes, that I enjoy the most.
All right. Why did you choose this?
What did I choose? I was working as I said, as an optician with the company, I decided I would like to be a vision center manager, which I did become. I successfully ran a vision center for a year or so. The position of district manager came up, and I wanted to proceed further in the company. And so I applied for and was promoted to district manager. I felt I wanted to do more. You can do something, if you run something successfully, then you start saying, well, how can I make it more successful, or how can I make a lot of them successful? As a vision center manager, you can make one area, one store successful, but as district manager, you can make lots of stores successful. You have more input, and you have more input at in home office. You become a voice that one of, say, 24 across the country, as opposed to one of 250. So you get your ideas and your suggestions are heard further up in home office. So you can affect change better or more effectively as a district manager as you can, as opposed to being just a vision center manager. Not that that's not rewarding in itself, and not everybody wants to be a district manager, and some people are extremely happy. But for myself, I wanted more than just being a vision center manager.
And then it contributes to the rest, which in turn makes everybody else happy. And then
Well, that's my hope anyway. That's my hope, exactly. Yeah.
Has technology affected your field of work?
Yes.